Hey everybody, this is Pissed Rhino. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I decided to do a small video just to show you what the build looks like so far. You can see we've got the Ripper chassis, got the wheels on, got the shocks on, 4-wheel steering. So 4-wheel steering. A lot of people said that you can't do it on the Ripper, but you can. And the only thing, I've got to get about 2 millimeters out of this. I don't know if you can see, but the back of the servo hits. So all I got to do is cut out with the Dremel basically this area here all the way across. So all the structural integrity will still be there. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to run one of those bars across here to sturdy up the shock mounts. And then it'll be fully functional. You can see when it sits that the back's a little higher. So I want to get that back down a little bit. The front's down really low. And I got the shocks all the way up there. So all the travel, so full travel, it doesn't bind at all. And then all the way down, it bottoms out on the shock and it drives good there too. So the front's perfect. The rear just needs a little modification. Probably take me 2 minutes, which it only took me about 10 minutes to build this thing, which always disappoints me because building it's the fun part, and then when it takes 15 minutes, it's done. So, but this still has a lot to do. One thing, I put them up, but I noticed when I flex, do a fully flex, my rear, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and show you. Get the wheel out of the way. But right here, those two bars seem to be hitting. Just a little bit. So what I'm thinking of doing, I have a set of the straight, and this don't look like it's hitting at all. I might just be wasting my time working on that. Yeah. Looks like the clearance is just about perfect, but so I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Yeah, they're not hitting. Never mind. I thought they were hitting. When I lower the back, it's a potential that they might hit, so I've still got the option. I have the straight lower links instead of the high-rise lower links. So if I do have a situation where they hit, I can throw those straight ones in and then they definitely won't hit. So they're not hitting now, but if when I lower it they hit, I'll change those out. Everything went together great. All the parts are mostly Treo, so there's no alignment issues. Everything aligned perfectly the first time. Sometimes the transmission don't line up with the transmission plate, but they're perfect. Even since the plate is brass, I'm not a brass fan, but I mean, look at the bottom of that. I mean, you got the brass links, you got the brass diff covers, you got the brass portals, brass transmission plate. It actually looks pretty good. Haven't been a fan, haven't used a ton of brass, but I think this works out well. This Ripper chassis has these sliders already built into it, so that's great. Everybody should have sliders on their Trx4m. The drive shafts, you can see I went standard length in the front, but I got my GPM drive shafts in there, so I'm happy about that. What else? The the alignment. The servo mounts and everything, I already had those done, so I can't really say that was in the 15 minutes. The shocks, I did notice when I went high on the shock mount, I did have to put spacer in. I don't know if you can see the little black titanium spacer. Got those off Amazon. I use them on all my builds. And even with that spacer, the shocks are perfectly aligned up and down, so they look great. They look way better than my previous builds. This Ripper chassis is just made very well. I mean, it's still 3D printed, so you still got to worry about it cracking and stuff, but it feels sturdy. When the injection molded one comes out, and I have it, we'll compare the two, but the injection molded one should be way stronger. But this one's not bad. I mean, I would not get this if I wanted a Ripper right now, like I did, obviously. I would have no problem buying another one of these because I kind of like it. The stance is perfect in the front. Once I get the back cut out here, the stance will be perfect in the back. And it'll be a really low riding Trx4m. But you still have great suspension travel. I'm getting full travel out of the shocks. So that's exactly what I want. My brass little battery plate. You can see from this side maybe a little better. But my battery plate that I bought fits in there. I put a little piece of Velcro so I don't have to strap it down. I can just... It's difficult to put batteries in this thing, I'll tell you. But it's a good setup. I like the way it contains my battery more than the regular chassis I've been using. You stick that down on there, it's fully Velcroed. I mean, I could lift the whole truck by it. Fits in there nicely, and it's all contained. So all my wires stick inside. This will go straight to the ESC, and should be good. Now, I'm not going to have this up and running quickly because I've got a lot of stuff to do. The side panels, the hood, all that. We got to figure out paint schemes, and some of the parts I might even wrap. We'll see. I got a bunch of vinyl wrapping. We'll see if I have some stuff that worked pretty good on it. I don't want to use too much heat on the vinyl because I don't want to melt or bend the 3D printed parts. So we'll have to see how that works out. ESC wise, probably going to mount it from the roof, inside the roof. Probably put the receiver up there too, depending on a few things. Could put it down here, but I don't know, I still might. It just depends. My big thing is having that button, because you know I love that button on the Ultimate. That's the only reason I get the Ultimate ESC. The Lizard Ultimate. So I could put it in this way. Very hard to work around on stuff like this on this chassis, but the thing is, it'll all be, once you do get it right, it's going to be perfect. Because you're not going to have to mess with this every time. You just figure out where you're going to put it, and that's what I'm trying to do, is just kind of fiddle around with it and find the best spot that I like the best. But anyway, I'll find a good place for that. It should be pretty easy to do. There's a lot of flat spots in there. Heck, I even thought about just putting it out here, making it like a little luggage thing. I don't know. I like to have it in the cab so it's covered up and out of the way, but we'll see. Really kind of fond of that chassis, to be honest. I like the roll cage look. And then when you start adding, all these screw on, so you got your cool hood, you got your shocks sticking out of your hood, which still fit even with my spacers, so that's cool. You got the roof. I got the light bar for it, and I got the headlights for it. All that'll go on. Got the grill, and you got the seats, so everything will be covered up. Pretty much the only place you'll be able to see stuff is out the windows. So you'll be able to look inside here and see some wires, or I'll get them all down low so that they're all covered up by panels, but that's a cool looking little truck. Here's the interior. That just slides right in and screws down, and that covers everything up. The only problem with that is if you want to change out the battery, you got to take this out. So I'm probably not going to screw this in. I don't know. We'll see how good it fits. I like to change batteries because I usually have 4 of them, and I charge them all, and then I run them all till they're dead, and then I charge them all again. But I mean, I could charge straight in the truck if I needed to. I don't know. I'd really rather not. I will be probably doing 3S in this thing, just because I can. I haven't done it on any of my builds yet, so I'll probably do it on this one. So I'll be running 3S. And this is what makes it look like a Jeep, which I'm not a Jeep fan, but does make it look pretty good. So there's my first Ripper build. Again, I still have a lot of work to do on it, so you'll see. I'll probably still be doing a few videos on it to get it all perfect. And then hopefully by then, all my parts will start showing up for the other Ripper build. And I'll be able to do that one for you guys as well. Gotta order me some new wheels and tires for the next one, I guess. Because I will be doing the Meus portals on that one. So that'll be something different too. But anyway, enough about that. What else to talk to you today? My 3S battery should be showing up. So I'll get those charged. And I'm using the XT30 connection. This is on the battery. And this is on the ESC. So Furatech actually makes a cable that plugs into the Ultimate and then has the XT30 connection on it, so you can connect straight from the battery to the ESC with this cable. It's a necessity anyway, so it's nice to have that option. And then, you know, a lot of the 3S little batteries have that connection on them, and you can go on Amazon and find, you know, 850 milliamp 3S batteries that fit in the same size as these 2S that I have here. So, might as well use them. As long as it don't affect my, you know, I can control all the voltages through my controller and my speeds and all that. So, this actually plugs into my charger. It's actually another one, but you can see this is what'll be on the battery. And it'll plug straight in there like that. It'll plug in harder. There you go. It's like the new Deans. It's like, you know, everybody was using Deans. I used Deans back in the day when I was racing. And I hated them. They're so hard to get apart and put together. But I used Deans because I was a racer, and every racer had to be using Deans. But yeah, so it's it'll be much better using these. These come apart easier. Not easy as in they'll come apart on their own. They definitely will not. But easy as far as not ripping the cords out of your ESC every time you have to disconnect the battery. And that's how Deans were. I hate them. These little JSTs, they're fine, but they're kind of too small to grab onto, so you still feel like you're going to rip a cord out of it. So having these is going to be a plus. I'll be running the same receiver for my Trx4m, so that'll stay the same. Wheels and tires, I'm probably going to stay the same even on the third build. We'll see. I really like that I put so much weight in these things. That's something we can check out. Let's check out the weight right now. Now this ain't full weight, obviously, but Mega Build total weight was, without battery, was 137. So right now, without electronics, it looks like we're at 815. So I had a lot more weight in Mega Build, and I don't know where it was. I mean, the shocks can't weigh that much more. So that says 812. Might be that I'm not fully on. Yeah, there's something wrong with the scale. Well, that's good to know. So exactly 1,036.37. So now let's try this one. Make sure all the tires are on, which is not. That's why our number was way off. So let's try this. I didn't know this scale did this. I didn't think it was a full scale all the way out to the front, but it looks like it is. So that one weighs 1,036 grams. This one feels heavier, man. 1,091 grams. Wow. I do have a battery sitting in it, so that might be part of it. But I do have to put the electronics in this one. So my Velcro's really got it stuck in there. I need to pry it out. There we go. So let's get this out of here. and then we'll weigh it one more time. And then we'll be done for the video. I've taken up way too much of your guys' time anyway. 1,042. So this one weighs 6 more grams currently without electronics. So it's going to be even heavier than Mega Build. So it's going to be pretty cool. But pretty cool crawler stuff. This is going to be fun to see how well this one crawls compared to the extended front end on the Mega Build. So, but all in all, it's a great build so far. Alright, everybody, you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Probably do another video on Monday updating you with some stuff on this, so we'll see how that goes. So thanks a lot. Have a great day.